Hello, everyone. This is Joshua Kaiser coming to you with my final Capstone Defense video. I chose this to close out my term here on social learning and social media and how they interact with each other, and connectively how we bring social media into the ability to develop a learning perspective and processes within our educational systems. The social learning theory was brought forward in the late 70s by Albert Bandura and focuses on observation and modeling, which is our reward relevance in the educational concepts of teaching models, as we take children and individuals and we teach them good behaviors, bad behaviors, and through reward and punishment, children observe and learn the modeled behaviors. And with this, they connect. But since the evolution of technology and the advancement of social media, we're now finding that our children are learning in different ways. It's not the traditional don't touch the stove. They touch the stove, they learn that it's hot, they reach for something and you tap their hand and tell them don't do that. They learn the punishment for touching something they're not supposed to. Versus now, where we're competing against short video, social media platforms, photos, images, influencers all bring forth this, interesting challenge to the way that our children are learning. And with that, the theoretical approach with the social learning theory is learned behaviors, which is the observation of behaviors, which we know in the last couple of years has been interrupted by the wearing of masks and eliminates our facial features, our non-verbal cues, and pieces of that nature. It really has affected the cognitive choice and their ability to imitate and observe. So behavioral rewards and punishments, like I discussed previously, set about the foundation of the social learning theory based on modeling and observation. And ultimately, we need to develop a plan that brings home the likelihood of success. Social media. Social media is websites and applications that allow users to share and partake in content. Now, this content transitions into our youth and really presents a unique opportunity for educators and professionals to really develop lesson plans and opportunities to instruct children properly. And social media is now rooted, whether we like it or not, is now a very heavy part of our children's growth processes. The study was conducted to increase the understanding of social learning theory's application to social media in the classroom, and is one of those protocol pieces that only upon recent years is really being investigated and studied to assess how it can be implemented and how we can take our individualized aspects of teaching that has remained, archaic in our methodologies and really evolve that into something that becomes platform and application based, which is how the children of today currently are learning. And it was to synthesize the current literature on social learning theory and social media, offering suggestions for classroom practice. So how can we integrate TikTok? How do you integrate Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, going live videos? How do we take those aspects of what is evolved into this modern day culture and apply it to educational processes? The sources that I utilize were recent journals of education in collection with past studies that have established the importance of including and bridging the clear educational gap and advancement of acceptance. And, education is like the brick and mortar is one of those that it's been established, studied, and proven, and has yet to evolve to really bring forth that true learning aspect. And true learning requires external stimuli and bits of information to be encoded into the student's memory. So very now our children are not textbook readers. They don't read the paper. They don't, heck, like me, they don't even sit back and read the back of a cereal box, which was all available when I was a kid. And they really have to take this short video, Snapchats, filters, all of these aspects of today's technology, and really learn to incorporate that into modern technological pieces and produce some new educational models that really envelop and develop the memory capabilities of our children today. This establishment of acceptable or unacceptable is a forefront determinant of how we continue to act in a social setting. Our social settings now have changed from simple dinners out to people now do videos online, meetings online. We have chairman of the boards doing Zoom meetings. So there's this technological bridge that needs to be closed where we're losing this face-to-face interaction ability, and that modeling and observed behaviors is no longer just the in-person event. Social media digitally affects the process of social learning and has evolved it into this piece of the puzzle that really creates the opportunity for us to incorporate social media into education. And that's a piece of the puzzle that needs to truly be developed. The social learning theory is one of the most consistent and controversial aspects of mimic learning. Its emphasis on social learning patterns and practices sets a boundary of understanding, relying on the forefront that we do in person interaction and establish that modeling and observed behavior. But now we're observing behaviors by the way people dance crazes, the new trends, new makeup models, videos, all of these different trends and abilities have an effect and a cause that we need to figure out the outcomes and the impacts of this social media, which is not going to go away. It's only going to get more in depth and only become a more ingrained portion of our children and their processes. So we really need to develop the ability to add that to our educational processes and trigger that educational flow of information within the human mind. And lastly, to close it up, I thank you guys for everything. It's been a great run this 8 weeks. I was left with Proverbs 18:15, which says, "An intelligent heart acquires knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks knowledge." Wise people are always learning, always listening for fresh insights. So here we are in a new generation, a new model of learning, and we must grow ourselves to get to that point. And that is how the social learning theory and social media come together to be developed. Thank you for watching.